My name's Cassie and I'm the founder of Fatco, where we use these guys to make this stuff. Let me explain. At Fatco, we specialize in making natural and organic skin and body care products, many of which contain tallow. It's nutrient dense and healing. It's extremely high in vitamins A, D, K, and E, all super important for skin health. It's natural, it's healthy, and it's sustainable.
The fact that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man.
Appreciate that man and his goddamn greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Prideful Takes podcast. It is your boy Pride, as I lovingly refer to myself as the ugliest motherfucker on the internet. I am joined by that guy, Gonzo. Chris, how you feeling, my guy?
I'm feeling pretty good. Actually, waiting on the basketball game to come on or something. There ain't really nothing on right now. I'm watching Sports Center.
See that's how you know. That's how you know us as like sports fans were down bad when we're just on Sports Center. Yeah. That's how you know you're down bad and you're just waiting. Cause like
got like 20 minutes before the Reds game comes on. I'm tired of watching the Reds pregame because they just keep saying the same thing over and over. We all know they suck. I don't need you to tell me that they suck.
Oh man. Listen, man. I've been screaming this forever. After we finish the Miami Heat tonight, after we just wrap it up. It's on the Golden State. Jason Tatum is going to slap Steph Curry. Jaylen Brown already beat up Klay Thompson. Okay. Draymond is scared of Al Horford. All right. And then Andrew Wiggins. I mean, come on. We got Grant Williams. All right. Lick our crusty toes. So we're chilling. We're vibing. All right. Chris, am I out of pocket? As a Celtics fan that I am, I'm actually comfortable with my chances against Golden State. Am I just getting a little too ahead of myself?
I mean, I can see the Celtics winning, but I have to be honest with you, I have the Warriors in 6.
Okay.
I can see it going 7 games as well. I want to see how Golden State reacts to Boston's physicality. I think that could be a big key because if they don't react good to that, they're going to be in trouble. But I think their ball movement might help a little bit against the physicality. So I'm interested to see how that works out. Yeah. I hope that's who the series is because that'll be the best series. Heat and Warriors would be garbage to watch.
Oh, 100. No, in my opinion, if it's the Heat, they're getting swept. And I say that disrespectfully, of course, like with all due disrespect. If Miami makes it, they're getting swept. I think this might be the first NBA Finals where they would honestly just stop it after 2 games. That's how bad it would. That's how I'm talking about like 30-point type of dominations from Golden State. I'm going to give the Celtics a legitimate chance. I got Boston in 7. I think it is our physicality and our defense. We've seen Steph when he has to deal with physicality in the playoffs. He doesn't like it. Now, not to say he turns into a bona fide scrub, don't get it twisted, but he's not the same Steph Curry. And you can even make that same argument with Klay. And if you put the ball in, like if you put the game in Draymond's hands and you got to rely on Draymond being the guy dropping 30, then whoever they're playing against is in a pretty comfortable situation. So I got Boston in 7. I think it's really going to come down to our defense. I got 3 things that Boston needs to do if we have any hope of beating Golden State. Obviously, number 1, our defense. Number 2, we need to limit the turnovers. We cannot go and play Golden State with 20 turnovers and in halftime look in the mirror and say, we still got it. There's no way we can do that.
They don't go on the scoring routes as much as like Miami does.
Yeah, yes. And that was the third thing. When we're, listen, if we're in a scoring drought, it's okay. Don't panic. Stop forcing the three. That's like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum can both hit mid-rangers. So can Marcus Smart. Those three guys handle the ball more for us or anybody else. Why don't you use it? Now, I'm not saying be Chris Paul and go like 11 from mid-range, but if you can't, if your three's not falling in, either you take a step and just work the mid-range or just penetrate, foul, get the call, and go to the free throw line.
Especially Tatum and Brown, because they're usually bigger than the guys that are trying to guard them. So they can shoot right over a lot of them smaller guards.
Yuki says, can we blame the Mavericks' loss to Luka? Because apparently the dude's been complaining and loafing the entire series. Well, look. Chris, were you there when I was on the script and I had my rant on Mark Cuban?
Yeah. Yep.
I love Mark Cuban. I do. Really do. Mark Cuban, get your shit together, man. What Mark Cuban is trying to do, he's trying to do what he did back in 2011, where you have one. Jeez, when is this cough going to leave me alone? When you have one superstar and you have a whole bunch of role players, unfortunately, that's not going to work in today's game. Luka Doncic is 23 years old. So they're going to have to give him something. Now, the only game I'm blaming Luka for is game one. That was the game they got beyond smacked. They didn't even reach 90 points. And Luka had, if I'm mistaken, he only had 20 points, and it was ridiculously inefficient.
Yeah.
It might have
kind of like last night. He had 28 points, but it was on like 30 shots.
Right. Now, I'm explaining
28
why.
or something.
Yeah, but I'm explaining why the difference for me for game 5. Yeah, game 5 and game 1. The difference was game 1. It was a situation where I felt like Luka was forcing some stupid shots, but then was also playing a little timid.
Yeah, and he missed some wide open shots in that game 1.
Oh my God.
The Warriors defense wasn't great in game 1, and
if I'm mistaken,
a lot of wide open shots.
If I'm mistaken, I think the one that blew my mind was he was at the top of the key and he shot a wide open 3, and it was hideously left. I don't even think it hit the rim.
Yeah,
like you could hear the thud, the smack of the ball off the backboard. Game 1, I blame Luka. Game 5. It looked like to me that everybody kind of shrugged their shoulders, gave the ball to Luka, and got out of his way.
And the Warriors done a better job of keeping him from getting to the rim.
Way better, because now, and again, the Dallas Mavericks didn't help that either, because when you have your guys who you brought in to help him, and you see them giving the ball to Luka Doncic and then just moving out the way, and Golden State's mind, they're like, you don't want that shot? Shoo.
Well, that's
Luka.
That's the same thing, not Golden State, but the Miami Heat with Boston the other day. It was close in the first half, and then the second half, the Heat came out and just started chucking up bricks. It's like, why are you throwing up all these threes?
It was the funniest thing ever, because ironically, everyone was saying how in the third quarter, the Miami Heat is the most dangerous team in the NBA.
they were chucking up bricks.
All of a sudden, the third quarter, when they're supposed to be at their best, is when Boston just literally started smacking up a storm. By the way, Jason Tatum had a very inefficient night.
Boston didn't play great that night.
But somebody tell me about Jaylen Brown. Somebody go holler at me about Jaylen Brown. And people tell me they can't play with each other. Chris, I've had people look me in my eye sockets.
Well, I've heard people say that.
I'm like, look, time out. They can. They can play together. They can. People were telling me they'll never make another Eastern Conference. They'll never make the Eastern Conference Finals. And then we did, and then lost to 7 to LeBron. And then everyone was like, oh, that was an anomaly. It will never happen again. And I told people, if you, and I've said this, Chris, numerous times, if Brad Stevens trades either Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown, he needs to get fired.
Yep.
He needs to go back to Butler and then get fired again. Us, as the Boston Celtics, we need to shut down the facility and relocate. And we will never... the 50,000 championships we won, and like of the 50,000, 3,000 of them was with Bill goddamn Russell, right? Like, we're not ever claiming those again. Ever. By the way, Javon Kinlaw is being sued by Grant Cohen as a possibility, could be fine. Didn't I say... Somebody run the tape back. What did I say on Wednesday? I said, yo, I understood why Kinlaw was upset. I understood it. But the part that I didn't like, my family knows how you look like. And I called it, Chris. I said, Grant Cohen, I told him, Google him. Google him. And when you see his picture, you're going to see a guy who's going to say, that made me feel unsafe. Swear to God, Google him. I said all of this on Wednesday, brother. Was it Wednesday or Monday? Either Wednesday or Monday, because Yuki was the one who brought it up. And when I saw it, I'm like, this dude. I was like, I understand why Javon's upset. Because he always feels like, you know, he felt like this guy who is supposedly a beat writer for the 49ers. Supposedly his specialty is covering the 49ers.
This Grant Cohn is he's a writer for the 49ers?
Yes. Supposedly, he is like in San Francisco one of the most prominent writers for the San Francisco 49ers.
This little dude?
Yes, that little dude. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, him. This dude. And I said it. I don't know if he already said it, but I knew he was going to say, I feel threatened. Lo and behold, he's suing him.
What happened between them? They get into it or something?
To an extent. Matter of fact, I'm about to pull up that quote for you real quick because basically Javon Kinlaw, he's basically was like, look, I don't like how you have been disrespecting the 49ers every time you talk about us and whatnot. What he did say, though, I want to find the exact quote.
He knocked the dude's hat off his head. That's awesome.
Dude, he's I want to see if I can find the quote.
So it basically sounds like to me that it's a money grab, but with Cohen.
Yes, 100%. All right, so this is the exact quote. By the way, Frankie, yeah, what it do, baby? And Yuki confirmed it was on Wednesday. So this is the quote. All I know is when I walked up on you, your fucking body temperature was fucking cold as ice. By the way, there's going to be, I'm straight up on unfiltered is how I'm going to say it. Straight bitch, your fucking balls shriveled up. Little dick nigga, stop fucking playing with me, bruh. You don't fucking know me like that. None of y'all motherfuckers know me like that, bruh. Stop playing with me. I'm not the one. I'm not the fucking one, bruh. This is where I had the problem. My whole family know what you look like. That was the only problem I had because as soon as I heard that, I knew you were giving this fucking weasel an out. And this is not the first time that Greg Cohen has had a problem with a player. This is not the first time.
Yeah.
But as soon as I heard that, I was like, you gave that little fucking weasel.
Yeah, soon as you made a threat, you were screwed.
Yeah, as if you could say anything.
Yeah, you were fine saying everything else.
Like saying you don't fucking know me. Like I'm good with that. Once you say anything that this little weasel can construe, and by the way,
yeah, that he can try to construe that it's a threat, then you're screwed. Especially in this day and age, everybody's so with how sensitive people are. They're going, man, that's bullshit.
And by the way, this is what Grant Cohen said. This fucking piece of shit. Cohen also said the reason he wasn't scared of Kinlaw was one reason and one reason only. In fact, Cone wanted Kinlaw to push or hit him because he knew that would allow him to, quote, retire and become, quote, a multimillionaire. What a pussy.
So he just basically he admitted it was a money grab.
Yes!
Yeah,
This
right
dude
here it says later in the stream, Cone admitted he was thrilled to have made Kinlaw so angry and that he learned his tricks as a legacy blowhard. So, yeah, that's all this dude is trying to do is get somebody to do something so he can sue him.
That's it. And by the way, you got guys rushing to the defense of Kinlaw. The faith can arrange an early retirement if the fan base boycotts your low effort shit posting you call journalism. You got guys on Twitter saying crazy how players become the bad guy for standing up for themselves. Social media has a huge influence on players' narratives, allowing anyone to speak on your name with no accountability for what they say. Raheem Mozart, he said, we're always told journalists and reporters have a job to do. Okay, understood. But this, he admitted retirement as a multimillionaire went through his mind. This is unacceptable. There are people who are coming to the defense of Kinlaw. Now, again, I'm not mad at Kinlaw for defending himself. It's just you can't say that last part, especially when it's a dude. Think about it.
The dude I'm mad at is Cone.
Dude,
the reason I'm mad at him for a couple reasons. One reason is he makes people like us that are trying to get into that kind of business look bad.
Yeah, facts. Like listen, I want to be able to be a multimillionaire, but I don't want to do it at the expense of going up and antagonizing a player.
No.
Like, let this sink in, Chris.
It makes other reporters and writers and everybody else look
lose
bad
credibility. Chris, let me ask you a question. Imagine, because I know you're a Cincinnati Red fan, right? Imagine you are writing for the Cincinnati Reds and you're saying you're a fan and you're antagonizing Joey Votto. Let that sink in.
Oh no, that's
or the youngster you got at shortstop, India. Imagine. Like, that's what this dude is doing.
That's great. I don't even know how people like that even get in the building. I mean, I guess you can only check them so much, I guess.
Dude, I don't know. And
it's like I'm about ready to have credentials for the Indiana Fever. If I was to go in there and do something like that, I'm gonna be gone in an instant.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry.
So how's he still around with all these players already having claims against him?
It's insane. It really is. Yuki says, I don't think Roger Goodell or the NFL media will give a damn about this. They're not going to. They're not going to. They're not going to care about it until Grant Cohen, the entire lawsuit gets into full effect.
Then that's when they're around and tries to find a way to sue the NFL as well.
Grant is the definition of insurance fraud. I love it.
Yeah, and he admitted it.
That's the part that blows my mind. He admitted it. And this is the exact quote for those of you who didn't hear. So, like, I wasn't scared. I was just surprised that he crossed the line. Because honestly, if he touched me, if he pushed me, dude, I could have retired today. That's went through my mind. I'm like, oh, damn, I'm about to retire. I'm about to be out of the game. I'm about to be a multimillionaire thanks to Javon Kinlaw. But no, I got to keep working.
Oh, shit. The dude, this picture I'm seeing online, the dude looks like a little weasel anyway.
Dude, he is. He is.
And I'm reading some of this article, and it's just crazy.
He's a piece of shit.
I don't understand how he even kept his job this long. It don't make no sense.
Yeah,
I guess because his dad.
It was something about his father. Literally something that I guess is his pops has like a lot of pull where he can keep it, which I'm like, I don't care. But again, they have a lot of guys are stepping up and coming to the defense of Kinlaw, which I like.
Shit. They said his dad once compared PED users to murderers. So he didn't fall far from the tree. He's about the same as his old man, it sounds like.
they're just. I didn't want to be mean, but fuck this little weasel, man. And Chris, on Wednesday, I said this dude is going to do the entire I'm threatened angle. I called it. Because as soon when Yuki asked me about it, I was like, listen, man, Google this dude's name and you'll know what I mean. And by the way,
and you a whole article here you can read about it. It's crazy.
Right. And listen, you know the world is fucked when I'm defending a San Francisco 49er. This world is fucked, okay? Because I am about to be the guy. I am about to be like Johnny Depp's attorney, Camille, that lady who's just destroying Amber Heard with literally every word. God bless that woman. I am going to be her for Javon Kinlaw. And hit me up, Javon. I promise you, by the time we're done with this, man, his grandkids will be paying your family, brother. I got something going, bro.
Cone tried to come out and said that they met and then it was squashed it over. And Kinlaw came out and said, I shook your hand from my organization. Nowhere was anything squashed. You know that. Stop capping, dog.
Bro,
Kinlaw needs not even respond to him no more.
No. At this point, if I'm him, let it go. Because as soon as if you keep giving this guy attention, he's gonna. And by the way, I am pulling up his. I'm pulling it up, by the way, real quick because I want to show.
That's the exact picture I was just looking at,
dude. This guy on the left with the rough and ready, bro. You about to get done rough, brother. You're about to get done rough real quick. This guy right here with the blue hat believes in his heart of hearts he will survive. I gotta say it one more time. He believes he will survive an encounter with a goddamn defensive end. With a defensive end.
Yeah, there might not be nothing left of you to enjoy that $1 million you thought you were going to get.
Look at this kid. Look at this guy. What? That was him in 2004. Bro.
That first picture that comes up kills me, though, because he does. He looks like.
One? Wait, which one? This one?
That very first story. Oh, I had seen that one. The very first story has that ball cap on.
Oh, this one?
Kills me. Yeah,
this one
kills me.
Dude, you see this fearful look in his eye?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, while this picture was taken, Javon was in the background like, say it again, bitch. Say it again. Rumor has it they were in the same room. That's a rumor. Like, dude, if this is not the definition of a guy who gets beat up, I don't know.
And then all these other players coming out and saying stuff about the dude. I can't believe the guy was still even there.
Yeah, bro, listen, so many of the 49ers players have come out and said, this guy's a piece of shit. Like, they've come out and called this guy a piece of shit. There's more rumors going around and more stories on how supposedly that he has instigated problems within the 49ers organization by going to players and saying, oh, so-and-so said this about you. What's your rebuttal or whatever the case may be?
He's just trying to he just antagonizes, try to get something started. Is all
right. That's what it seems like. That's what it fucking seems like, man. But
it's crazy. I don't know how people like that keep jobs like that for so long.
I don't know how, but bless his heart. Bless his heart. Chris, before we get on with the show, you wanted to speak about old Colin Kaepernick and his opportunity with the Raiders. Chris, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm glad he finally got an opportunity, but what I'm scared is going to happen is the Raiders aren't going to sign him, which I'm not going to say that's wrong or right. Depends on how he worked out, which we haven't got to see. Everybody says it was positive, but I'm afraid what's going to happen is if the Raiders decide not to sign him, the media and all the public are going to turn on the Raiders and say it was all a show and that they never gave him a chance. And then that's going to hurt Kaepernick's chance of getting an opportunity down the road from one of these other teams. I think if the media and the public don't blow it out of proportion if he don't get signed, this workout could lead to other workouts.
I will say this. I'm
I wish they got to see what he done. I want to see the workout.
Oh, me too. I want to see the workout too. I'm glad he was able to get his chance. Here's my only thing. Just understand, if the Raiders sign you, Colin Kaepernick, at best, you're going to be the backup at best.
Yes.
Because I don't think I think he understands this. I don't think Colin Kaepernick is so delusional to the point that he thinks, oh, as soon as y'all sign me, I'm taking Derek Carr's spot. Like, I just hope that he understands that. Like, Derek Carr has been disrespected for far too long. He's getting his flowers now. Don't think you're going to come in and take his spot.
And if you're the Raiders, do you even want to risk that if you're bringing them in affects Carr?
I would. Only, like I said, as long as you make it, like, you let everybody know Colin Kaepernick is the backup. Derek Carr, you are our franchise quarterback. Derek Carr, you're our franchise quarterback. We're going ahead with you. If you get hurt and we need a quarterback for a couple games, Colin Kaepernick is there. If we're playing, it's week 18, right? Because now there's 17 games. Yes, it's week 18, and this last game doesn't matter, and we don't want to have him injured, we'll throw Colin Kaepernick in there. Like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you're going to sign him, you just got to everyone needs to be on the same page with it. That's
be up front and say, hey, dude, you're going to be the backup. If you don't like that, if you're not going to be cool with that, we're not going to sign you. But I do agree. Dustin had brought up him going to the XFL. And I think that could be a good move for him, because if he goes there and plays well, then he might be able to get into the NFL as a starter. But without people seeing him playing, I don't think he's going to get in as a starter. I think it's going to be a backup, and if somebody gets hurt and he gets opportunity, plays well, and then he might have a chance to the next season when teams are looking for a quarterback.
Right. And like I said, me personally, I believe that, regardless if Colin Kaepernick gets signed or not, me personally, if I'm Colin Kaepernick, fuck it, go to the XFL. I mean, excuse me. Think about it.
You go there and play well, you'll make yourself a hell of a lot more money.
Not only that, but now they're partners. They're partnered with the NFL.
Yeah.
So you can basically be a starting quarterback in the NFL, albeit it will be a longer grind, sure. But I would be I would think about the XFL. And if it's not the XFL, you know what other football league desperately needs a name everyone knows and is dog shit in almost every position? The USFL.
Yep, USFL and the CFL starts today.
Yeah, the CFL.
It starts today.
Yeah, like he has. And by the way, Yuki, no. So the USFL is not it's the XFL that's in a partnership with the NFL. Like they're in a partnership, and the
starts next February, I believe.
Yeah, and then the USFL is kind of like trying to figure something out. But
I think the XFL is the only spring league that will end up probably surviving, and it's going to be because of The Rock and the partnership with the NFL.
Yeah, 100%, 110%.
Because the XFL before the pandemic shut it down, it was actually pretty good to watch. The quality of football wasn't terrible. It wasn't as bad as the USFL is right now. Man, USFL is hard to watch. But the XFL, I watched it. I really liked it. And of course, the pandemic had to come and shut everything down, or I think it would have survived.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hell, they were going to have 60,000 fans at that game that weekend in St. Louis. They were drawing 15, 20,000 most of the games.
Yeah. Like, oh my, look, I'm going to say this, man, 110%. I believe wholeheartedly that you know, I believe right now for Colin Kaepernick, if you really want to be a starter in the NFL again, you might have to go through the XFL. You might have to. You might. Time is not on his side, though.
If you go in as a backup, about the only way you're going to get on the field is if that guy gets hurt.
Right.
Or like you said, if it's a game that don't mean nothing toward the end of the season.
Right. And it's like, do you really want to do that? I don't know, man. Listen, at the end of the day, I just hope it works out. And all I hope is one day he's able to have some closure when it comes to his NFL career. You know what I mean? Be able to one day, you know, because the last thing I don't want him being like T.O., 50-something years old, talking about, yeah, I can still play. Like, bro, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? Like, imagine he's like in the fan-controlled football league with Johnny Manziel and shit. And
I've seen like on Twitter, I see something about it every now and then, but I've never watched any of it.
It's so weird. It's weird. I am able to say, though, that I saw Johnny Manziel throw a touchdown to Terrell Owens. I don't know how I feel about saying that, but I am able to say that.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't. I feel like I'm lying, but I saw it. So I saw it. So I know it's true, but it's one of those things that you say it and you're like,
what's different about it that it's called fan controlled? Does the fans have something to do with it or something?
Yeah, basically, what they do is the fans in the audience. So you know how there's like the clock or whatever, like the play clock or whatever. They give you certain plays and they could pick.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah,
whatever one that the most fans picked is the one they use.
Yeah. That's basically it's basically like the fans in the arena, they pick, and then after the voting is done, like you basically have like 30 seconds to vote. It's like a real quick vote. And then after that, they go to the coach. Like the coach gets it, and then he fucking tells, and then fucking 2 seconds before they fucking blast it up on the Titantron. Like this was their play.
They put it up there.
There have been like there are some. If you ever watch, they say they were going to.
So the defense knows what play's coming.
Dude, the corners, you would literally see them do this the whole time. And then all of a sudden at the last second, they go, okay. And then they just bounce to where they need to be. And I'm just like, at first I thought these guys were wizards. I thought like, you guys are intelligent. And then the broadcast accidentally showed the Titantron. And I was like,
why would you put it up there before they run the play?
Because they're stupid.
That makes no sense.
Dude, but it's hilarious, man. It's hilarious, man.
You might as well just put the damn have the linebacker wear the same headset as the quarterback.
Yeah. Coach. Just have Johnny Manziel screaming, "We're going T.O. deep. We're going to Terrell Owens. Everyone else is blocking. You might as well just snitch yourselves out."
I guess I've heard of it, but I've never watched any of it.
I'll be honest, it's kind of entertaining. Because it's a fast-paced game. So it is entertaining. But you got to remember they're scrubs. As long as you're okay with the fact that they're scrubs. Like, they're different from the USFL because the USFL, they take themselves serious. Like, bro, fuck up. You got quarterback by committee. Shut the fuck up. Like, okay, if it was running back, that's one thing. You got 3 quarterbacks on your roster and you use 4. How you manage that, I don't know. But, like, get out of here with that foolishness, bro. I don't want to hear it. Like, But in the fan, they don't take themselves serious. Like they're there for fun. So
it's more like almost more like a pickup or like a street ball game.
Almost, but they have pads and they actually get paid. It's wild, bro. It's wild. It's fucking wild. But now let's get to the task at hand. Tua Tagovailoa got the stamp of approval from Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill came out and said, look, man, I am shocked. I came in expecting passes to be everywhere. And this is his quote, which I think is by far the funniest thing ever. Tua has probably one of the prettiest balls I've ever caught in my life. He immediately knew how that sounded because he then ended it with, I don't want to continue because the more I talk, the more it sounds weird. So the fact that he said that, he knew he was basically one step away from saying pause.
You okay?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah.
She just came and punched my rib and was like, "Are you okay?" Like, yo, you just punched me. What do you mean? But Chris, let me ask you a question. Oh my God, you're messed up. Yuki said, "I have more faith in Daniel Jones than I do with Tua tongue on a areola." That was a good one. I know what that means, and that was a good one. So I'll give you props. That was a good one. But hearing Tyreek Hill say this, what side are you on? Are you on the Tyreek Hill has to say this because that's his quarterback? Or are you on the opposite side that's like, if Tyreek Hill believes in him, I can believe in him?
I think it's more Tyreek Hill saying what he has to say. I'm not sold on Tua. I hope he has a good year this year because if not, he won't be in Miami no more. I don't think because they put all the weapons around him and brought in a coach specifically that's supposed to be a Tua guru. But I don't know, man. It seems to me he hesitates. You'll see somebody open and he hesitates before he throws. He wants him to be like wide open like it was in college. You just don't get that in the NFL.
By the way, Andre, you've been going for a grip. How you doing?
Have you seen
Celtics getting the chip? Book it. Yeah, we're getting the ring. Let's get it. You lost. You said Tua's butt. Now you lost me, Andre. Come on. I was rocking with you, homie. I was rocking with you, man. Yuki says Tyreek is saying that so he can get more targets and hit some of his incentives. Could be. Look, I like Tua Tagovailoa. That's my henceforth why introducing into this segment, I said Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, that's my boy.
Have you seen the videos of him underthrowing Tyreek?
Okay, so about those, I don't know how I feel about those because I don't know if he's ever played with a guy this fast or if his arm strength really ain't there. Personally, I'm calling it a mixture of the two. That's just me. I think it's that Tyreek Hill is just accustomed to being able to run 70 yards, have his quarterback throw the ball, and he still needs to run and go get it. I think he's accustomed to that. And now you have a guy like Tua Tagovailoa who I don't think he has a weak arm, but it's definitely nowhere near the level of a Patrick Mahomes. I don't think it's anywhere near that. Where like Patrick Mahomes can like flick his wrist and the ball is going at a minimum 40 yards. At a minimum. I'm talking about a flick of the wrist with no other body part. He's getting tackled and he's horizontal. One flick of the wrist and he's got the ball still going 40 yards. I don't think Tua is there. I do think he's got a respectable enough arm. And I just think it's just Tyreek Hill is just running goes. And then it's like you can't just run goes with Tua Tagovailoa. You just can't. You can't. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the arm to just air it out 70 yards. He doesn't have that. You know? So I think for me personally, now granted, when it comes to this, I'm biased because I like Tua. I like him. I think this kid could be a top 10 quarterback. I really do. I really do. I can see him at his peak, at best, 8 to 10. Like, I really can't see him being like that. I can also see on the flip hand, him being the next Sam Darnold. I can see both realities. I really can. For me, though, I'm gonna basically lean on the side that I've always been saying. I like Tua. I really do. And I do think Tyreek Hill is saying this. Now, granted, I don't think it's Tyreek. I'm not gonna be dumb, Chris. I'm not. not going to be stupid. So I'm not going to say that Tyreek Hill is being 100% honest. Okay. There's probably a lot of hyperbole in there. Like the prettiest that you've ever thrown. Like, no. He definitely didn't mean that. That definitely was hyperbole. So I do think that I do think that he's trying to hype up his young quarterback, and like Yuki says, to get more targets. But what I do think is true is what he said in his quote prior. So this is what he said. At first, I thought it was going to be something crazy, the ball going all over the place, but Tua actually has one of the prettiest balls I've ever caught in my life. Pause. So I will say this. Tua Tagovailoa is in the same, in my opinion, and I think you agree with me, he's in the same boat as Jalen Hurts. You got weapons. Yeah. You got weapons. Okay? I was able to say Tua couldn't really do much because, unfortunately, they would never open the playbook for him. I was able to say that last year. I don't know if I can say that this year. With everything that he has now.
And they brought a coach in especially for him.
Right. Like, I think all that, he's got to make it happen. Andre says that offense is pretty scary. It is. It is. And in my opinion, it goes as far as Tua Tagovailoa takes them.
And some of Tua's struggles might have been that he really hasn't had a coach in Miami that really believed in him. I mean,
true.
Flores was putting in Fitzpatrick over him. And who knows what else was going on in that front office. I mean, there's been all kinds of, you know what I mean? So Who knows what all was going on in that building. So
right.
Maybe a new regime and a coach that believes in you, it might help him.
Who knows? And Andre, by the way, this is why I'm saying there's some hyperbole, right? Because Andre says he used to catching straight lasers from Patty. That's why I'm saying there's a little bit of hyperbole. Like to say that it was the prettiest ball that anyone's ever thrown, pause. You can't say that when you just played with Patrick Mahomes, who at worst is a top 3 quarterback in the league. And I say at worst. Like, in my opinion, there's only 2 guys who are the best quarterback in the league. Josh Allen, and if it's not Josh Allen, it gotta be Patrick Mahomes. It has to be If it's not Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, and I'm a Tom Brady fanboy. Okay, Chris, I remember Tom Brady's legal name. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. And even I know at this point, Tommy, he ain't that dude.
I agree with you. There's only those 2, Allen or Mahomes.
That's it. And I don't care.
After this season, if he plays how I think he's going to play, I think Justin Herbert's name will start being up there in that conversation.
Yes. Yeah. He does got the potential. Real quick, Chris. Yuki says, who do you think Matt Ryan is a better option at starting quarterback over Nick Foles?
Oh, yeah, I think Matt Ryan's a better option than Nick Foles.
Free Nick Foles.
I'm glad they brought, but I'm not going to lie. I am glad they brought Nick Foles in as a backup because that was something that we could have used last year when you get Wentz, who's also prone to get injured, and you didn't bring in a backup. And then when he couldn't play, we were screwed. So I wish they would have had a backup. Foles is better in the backup role than he is in the starting role. I don't know why. But he comes in the backup role and balls, but when he's a starter, he don't play with the crap.
Yeah, Yuki says Tyreek might have to slow down to catch the ball, but then again, Tua might overthrow him. It's just, in my opinion, I just think that's something that they just got to get comfortable with each other. Tua will start
timing down and stuff.
Yeah, Tua will start getting more comfortable with Tyreek Hill's speed, and Tyreek Hill will start to understand. All right, Tua can't throw the ball this far. This is as far as he can throw it. So this is kind of where I'm gonna start chilling. You know. By the way, Andre says, Pride, do you believe in Derek Carr? 1,000%. 1,000%. I believe Derek Carr's been one of the most disrespected quarterbacks for like the past 3 years.
How do you feel about Kirk Cousins? I feel the same way about him. I think
Same.
he's been wildly disrespected too.
I think people, what happened was, the reason why people disrespect Kirk Cousins is because he basically bet on himself in Washington. And when you bet on yourself like that, you need to produce at a very, very high top level type of performance. Talking about you need to be in MVP conversations.
Yeah.
He's not there, but Kirk Cousins is still a very respectable quarterback that you can win with. In my opinion, I think he can. Yuki says, do you believe in Trey Lance? I don't know whether or not to believe in him because, in my opinion, I haven't seen enough.
No, because he didn't play much in college either. So it's really very much.
Right before he got drafted, that he missed that prior year. He opted out of the COVID year. So I don't, in my opinion, I don't know whether or not if I can believe in Trey Lance because I don't know what you got with Trey Lance. I don't. It's kind of the same thing with like, there's really no guy you can really compare him to be honest. There's really none.
Damn, dude, I looked up at the Reds game thinking it was a day's game. And then I've been watching the ending of it, and I just realized everybody showed yesterday's game because the day's game was on a weather delay. Reds are supposed to be playing the Giants, and I'm sitting there watching Reds and Cubs and didn't even notice it.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. But look, Yuki, I'm not going to say that he's a scrub because I don't know. Yeah. All I know is I don't know what I have with him.
I thought he was overdrafted. I couldn't believe he went
ridiculously overdrafted
because you didn't know enough about him.
And that's my only knock on him. I don't know. And don't you think it's a bad knock when think about it? The Niners don't want Jimmy G anymore. And they won't trade him.
Yeah.
You traded up. Like, think about it. We make fun. Excuse me. We make fun of the Packers for drafting up to get Jordan Love and still rocking with Aaron Rodgers. The Niners one-upped them. They one-upped them.
And right after season, they were saying Garoppolo was going to be traded, and then all of a sudden,
now all of a sudden they don't want to trade him. Yeah.
To me, that's a big red flag saying they don't think the Lance is ready.
That scares me a lot. It really does, especially considering that you only have one more. You only got one more year. Because after this year, Jimmy G could walk. He could walk. So it's going to be very interesting. Audrey says, don't sleep on that young man in LA. You see the profile pic. Listen, I am a Herbert fanboy.
Oh, yeah.
And Chris, you with me here.
Hey, me and Pride just put Herbert in the
all the
time.
Dude, so we had somebody in our group chat, and my life goal is to get him here. Because if I can get Lennon on this show, we're having a Justin Herbert segment. I don't fucking care what day it is. I don't care what season it is. I don't give a shit. All right. If I can get him in here, we're having a Justin Herbert segment. He hates Justin Herbert.
He hates Justin Herbert, man.
And in my opinion, Chris, and you know this, it's almost personal now.
Yeah.
If I had to get, I don't think it has nothing to do with play. It's personal. Because Justin Herbert's a stud. And he says he's overrated. I don't know, man. I don't know. Free my guy Herbert, man. I didn't even realize people hated Justin Herbert. I thought he was one of the few people in sports who just doesn't get hate. Because how can you hate on the kid? How?
You never hear nothing from him.
I think the worst thing I've ever heard come out of his mouth was him literally critiquing himself. It's like the worst thing I've ever heard come out of this kid. I didn't know you could hate Justin Herbert. I didn't know
the numbers he's put up his first 2 seasons are unreal.
It's ridiculous. Dude, it's ridiculous. But Tua Tagovailoa, he's got the stamp of approval from Tyreek Hill. That's good enough for me, maybe. I don't know. My relationship with Tyreek Hill is well documented. So, I don't know.
I'm ready for NFL season to start over, man. I'm ready for some football.
Who the fuck are you telling? Moving on from NFL to the NBA. They dropped their first, second, and third all-NBA teams, which really ruffled my feathers slightly. And it really came down to the we'll talk. Let me let you know how it goes. So, all-NBA third team. The greatest basketball player to ever grace God's green earth, LeBron James. Okay, I will fight anybody if you disagree. We can physically fight. I don't care. The point guard himself, Chris Paul, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, and Trae Young. So that's the All-NBA third team. All-NBA second team, Stephen Curry, DeMar DeRozan, or DeMar DeChosen, as I've been constantly reminded is his name, Kevin Durant, Joel Embiid, and John Morant. And then All-NBA first team, Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic. These were some of the other players who got votes that didn't make it. Rudy Gobert had 30 third-team votes and 5 second-team votes. Which, what the fuck?
Who votes on these? Is it just the writers, or is it do they have like some players, some coaches, or is it just like the media?
So they were selected by a global panel of 100 sports writers and broadcasters.
Okay.
So how it goes is, just in case for those who don't know how it goes, you can either vote for them first team, second team, or third team. And then the total number of points that represents how much points they get at any position, which will kind of determine if let's say you got a lot of guys voted first team, right? And the votes are tied or whatever. There's a point system they have where it's 5 points for first team votes, 3 points for second team votes, and 1 point for third team votes. So that's basically like a tiebreaker, just in case type of thing. So yeah, Bam Adebayo had 16 third team votes and 4 second team votes. Those are the other 2 centers. For forwards, there were 4 other forwards, which the disrespect is completely utterly absurd. Jimmy Butler had 26 third team votes and 2 second team votes. This is what I mean by the disrespect. Jaylen Brown only got 3 third team votes.
Wow.
I've never seen another star disrespected like this before in my entire life. Desmond Bane got 1 third team vote, and so did Chris Middleton. He got a third team vote. And then for the guards, Donovan Mitchell had 4 third team votes. Mikal Bridges, Drew Holiday, and DeJounte Murray all got also 1 vote for third team. And the weird one that really blows my mind, Kyrie Irving somehow got a vote for third team. I don't know who voted for him. They don't tell you. But what a time to be alive. We agree with the first team, right? Devin Booker, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic. Do you agree with that one there? Is there somebody? I see your face, man.
The problem I have there is Booker.
Wow. Okay.
I think it should have been either Steph or Ja. I'd have been happy with either one of them, but that's the only problem I have with the first team.
Why do you hate Devin Booker so?
I don't hate Devin Booker. Just, hey, Phoenix wasn't doing nothing before Chris Paul got there. Chris Paul's got there and Booker's gotten better, but then look what they've done this year. I don't know. There's something about Booker that I don't trust.
Wow.
Other than that, I think the first team was pretty right.
So would you bump down Devin Booker to All-NBA second team?
Yes, I'd have him at second team.
So okay. So you would have him at second team and then put either Steph or John Morant in first team.
Yes.
Wow. Interesting. Wow. Okay. I only have one problem. That's that Jaylen Brown isn't here. Granted, first team, I agree with it. I had no problem with Devin Booker being there. No problem with Luka Doncic. No problem with Jason Tatum, Giannis, or Jokic. I have no problem with either one. Second team, I think you can make the argument that you could bump down DeMar DeRozan a third team to make room for Jaylen Brown. Outside
agree.
of that, I'm okay with second team with Steph, KD, Joel Embiid, and John Morant. I'm okay with those four.
I've heard a lot of people complaining about Durant being ahead of LeBron.
I mean,
I heard a lot of people saying that you should flip flop him.
I mean, I get it.
I think it was close.
To me, this is just me. And again, I'm speaking like a LeBron fanboy. I think you could have flipped them, but I also like how it is now. I don't think this is a travesty. Like
No, I don't
LeBron
think it's a travesty either.
Like LeBron being third team and KD being second team, I don't think that's a travesty. Now, if you want to flip them, okay, sure, whatever. Put KD third team, Bron second team. I understand it, but I don't think it's a travesty. I don't think it's a robbery or anything like that.
Now, if you put Jaylen Brown in on the second team over DeRozan,
so and then
would you move DeRozan down to third team, or
yes.
would you take DeRozan off?
I'm putting DeRozan on third team.
So Siakam would be
either Siakam or Trae Young. I don't care which one. Get rid of either one. I don't mind. But in my opinion, there's no way on God's green earth you're going to ignore the year Jaylen Brown also had.
No, I agree with you. I think he should at least be in third team, but I agree with you. You could put him in over DeRozan.
Right, yeah. And if you want to put him third team, all right.
If you're going to buy at a forward position, I'd replace Siakam.
Right. Or yeah, exactly. Like, you know, like my thing is, and again, maybe it's just me. There's no way, like, and for consistency's sake, if Jason Tatum is all NBA first team, and by the way, I'm with it 110%.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And even when I say I think you could swap Booker, it's not like by far. I thought it was close.
Right, again, for you, like, and it's not like you said switch him for Mikal Bridges. Like, you're saying swap him for Steph Curry or John Morant, two world-class athletes who are two of the best in their position. So the names you threw out, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You know what I mean? I look at it the same way as I look at LeBron and KD.
Yeah.
Where like, okay, if you had Steph first team or John Morant first team and you had Devin Booker second team, I'm not calling it a travesty. I'm not saying it's robbery at all. I'm not saying that at all. But like I said, man, in my opinion, the only messed up thing about this entire thing is the fact that Jaylen Brown somehow isn't there. That's my only problem. Now, I'm not saying you got to put him in first team. But come on. You could even they couldn't even respectfully look at him for second team or third team. Like, respectfully.
No, I agree. He should have been on there. I mean, look,
shame, bro.
Celtics are on the verge of being in the finals. And he's a big, big reason why.
Hell yeah. By the way, Al Horford, I apologize. I was upset when we traded for you.
He's been balling here.
He's been hooping ridiculously.
I think he's done better than anybody expected.
Way better. And
I heard that Tyler Hero is going to try to play, is what I heard earlier, but then I heard it's going to come down to how he feels in the game.
Gives a fuck.
Oh, I don't. People told they won because Tyler Hero didn't cost you a 20-point victory.
Jesus Christ.
The Celtics just blew you out in that second half. Get over it. That's what happened. I think it's going to be kind of the same game tonight. I predicted on my sports betting show Boston by 10 or more points.
I knew there was something about you that I liked, Chris. You're a very intelligent man.
Well, the Heat are injured a little bit. So are the Celtics. I'm not making no excuses there, and the Heat look like they're wore out. They just look like they're almost mentally defeated to me.
Yep, 100%. And I'm with it. I'm with it, man. Like I said, man, I had Celtics in 5. Hey, Celtics in 6. That's cool too.
We got
Don't
about an
matter.
hour and a half before that even starts.
Jesus Christ, man.
Reds game is on rain delay.
You're just wandering aimlessly right now until something happens.
I'm about ready to turn it over to WWE Network and see what's on there.
Shoot.
I'll watch some old ECW or something.
Yeah, put something on. Last topic, buy or sell. Chris, I got a few MLB teams that have started hot. I'm going to tell you who they are, list some stats off, and I want you to tell me whether or not you're buying into this team or you're selling whatever stock you have in them away. Are you ready?
Yep.
The first team, the Boston Red Sox. Now, before you get mad at me, I'm gonna tell you why. Trevor Story is just all of a sudden figured out how to swing a bat again. We're 21-23. We have a run differential of plus 21, 8-2 in our last 10. So let me ask you something. With all that, we got a where is it?
Playing the Orioles tonight.
Yes, we are. We got a team ERA right now of 3.83.
And honestly, that's not bad compared to other team ERAs. Team ERAs seem like they're high this year.
Oh my God, dude. I saw a couple of them and I saw a lot of them in like the 4s and 5s. I was like, what the hell?
And if you look at team batting averages, they're like way down.
Way down.
Yeah.
Dude, that's been the trend for like the last what is it, 4 or 5 years?
Yep.
It's been wild. But the Boston Celtics, are you buying or selling?
I'm actually buying the Red Sox. I think they're going to end up being a pretty good team. As long as they can stay within striking distance by the All-Star break, I think they're going to be end up being pretty good. They have a good offense, and their pitching's starting to come around.
Let's go. It was rough.
Hopefully tonight they should win. They should have a good chance to win tonight. Really.
Oh, definitely.
Because Bradish has a 5.74 ERA, so it's not like he's a world beater on the mound. So they should be able to.
No, not at all. Not at all. And again, this is not a knock. Like, I'm not trying to be like, mean or anything. I know we got Garrett Whitlock, and I love me some Garrett Whitlock, by the way. But Kyle Bradish, the big problem with him has always been his command. And he's an awkward type of command guy where usually when you got the catcher setting you up, guys with bad command will sometimes, instead of throwing the ball in the strike zone, throw it out. He's a weirdo because he does the opposite. You line him up outside, and if you try to line him up outside for a fastball, he decides to give you a 93-mile-per-hour softball straight down the middle. It is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The weirdest. Like, I've never seen a guy miss like that. It's so bizarre, man.
Usually if they miss, they go from one side of the strike zone all the way out of the strike zone.
Right. But for him, it's like if you line him up outside, he throws it straight down the middle. And it's so bizarre.
He's going to throw him a batting practice ball right down the middle.
Yeah. It's so weird. But I'm glad. Next team that, believe it or not, I'm been extremely surprised with, the Minnesota Twins.
Yep.
This is a team that, in my opinion, I'd had no expectations really for. I just thought they were going to be an okay team. Have a team ERA of 3.31. They're 27-18, first in the AL Central. Have a run differential of plus 31. They are 7-3 in their last 10. Chris, you buying or selling on the Minnesota Twins?
No, I'm buying the Twins, and they're 23-9 over like last 32 games. So I mean, they've been playing good ball. They were a surprise team because I didn't think they were going to be very good this year at all. But they got off to a hot start, and I mean, you're starting to get late enough in the season where you can't say, oh, it's just they got off to a hot start. It's quarter of the season's gone by, and they're still, like you said, they've won 7 of their last 10 games. So it's not like they've cooled off a whole lot. Right,
and it's crazy too because. Excuse me. Their acquisition, their big offseason acquisition, Carlos Correa, He's betting at a 280. You have, and I'm only counting players who have 25 games played or more. There are 3 other guys who are basically swinging the bat better. Their left fielder, Trevor Larnach, he's at a 288. You got Gilberto Celestino. I almost said Cristiano. God, I gotta stop thinking about soccer. But he's their center fielder. He's at a 324. And Luis Arias, their second baseman, is at a 347. When you're able to have these guys, never mind the fact that they got Gio Urshela, who was dog shit, and all of a sudden is, I don't want to say he's a world beater, but Gio Urshela is definitely picking it up. Another guy they got picked up, Gary Sanchez. You know, have a respectable catcher. All this stuff, man. I'm buying the Twins. I've seen them win blowouts. I've seen them win gritty games. I've seen their offense carry their pitching, and I've seen their pitching carry their offense.
I was going to say they also brought in Sonny Gray from the Reds,
which, in my
solid
opinion,
starting pitcher.
I love Sonny Gray. I love Sonny Gray. I've been telling people, listen, he won't be your number 1. He being a number 2 might be a stretch, but if you have a Sonny Gray 3, 4, or 5, you're mint.
Also, I was mad when the Reds let him go.
Sad. Moving over to the National League.
Anytime we start to get a little good, they like, get out of here.
Get him out of here. But the next team, which this one, if you thought the Twins was shocking, this one actually blew my mind even more. The New York Mets.
Go to the Mets. I was getting
the Mets, bro.
And I'm buying the Mets all the way.
So,
I
listen,
like them.
It's awkward saying this because it's the Mets.
Yeah.
But god damn, I'm buying.
I've been watching some of their games. I'm like, man, I've been waiting for them to fall apart.
Me too. Look, they're 29-17. They are first in the NL East. Hats off to them. Have a run differential of plus 45. Granted, 6-4 in their last 10. But they're 13-8 at home. And away, they're 16-9.
So they're playing good. They're playing good no matter where they play.
Yeah, this is a team that's comfortable regardless of where they're playing. They got a team ERA of 3.74, obviously led by Max Scherzer, 5-1, 49.2 innings pitched.
I love watching him pitch.
Oh my god, bro! I love it. I love it, man. Again, you have, and what I really love about this team, they have Pete Alonso, who can play first.
Yeah.
But now you can just fold with the universal DH. Dude's just DHing. And I swear to God, I don't know, man. Like, yeah, he's got 11 dingers, but like, I swear to God, I've seen him hit some out of the parks. Not home runs, but like straight up out of the parks.
Man, his power is unbelievable.
Oh my, like, it's insane.
He be hitting home runs like you see in the home run derby during games.
Yes. Effortlessly. Just straight up, just and then just like, I run? Okay.
Oh, Joey Votto's gotten a streak. He's hit 5 home runs in his last 5 games.
He's getting it together. He is getting it together.
We'll see how long it lasts, but
definitely we'll see. The last team I wanted to bring up, the Houston Astros. They started like shit. I think it's like the best way we could put it. Now, first in the AL West, have a run differential of plus 47. And in terms of pitching, one of the best, if not the best ERA in all of baseball.
Yep.
With a 2.81 ERA, led by Justin Verlander, who has a 1.22 ERA.
6-1 record.
If he is not the front runner for the AL Cy Young, We just got to fucking throw the award away. Are you buying or selling the Houston Astros?
I'm buying the Astros for one, Verlander, and for two, the Astros are only on average giving up 3 runs per game, and that's second in Major League Baseball. So they got a good pitching staff outside of Verlander as well. What was killing the Astros early in the year wasn't their pitching; it was they couldn't score no runs. They were hitting the ball terrible. They finally started hitting the ball better, and they're like 15-10 on the road, so they're starting to play good ball away from home as well.
Yep. Framber Valdez, he has a 2.83 ERA, 4-2, but that will obviously confuse you a little bit because he was unfortunately there when I was almost at the Reds, when the Astros couldn't score for shit. He's given up 17 runs, only given up 2 home runs. Only 2. 43 strikeouts, which is phenomenal. Has a WAR of 0.8.
And they're playing the Mariners team tonight that struggles to score runs.
So, right, like he has a WHIP of 1.22. In my opinion, I like it.
And Verlander has 49 strikeouts in 51 innings.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy.
Dude, it's insane. It's insane. And at this point, a lot of people thought he was going, and I say him, I'm referring to Justin Verlander, that he wasn't going to be the same. I don't know what's going on, man, but he is playing great.
Well, a lot of times, man, you have them surgeries on your arm like that. A lot of people come back throwing the ball harder. It's crazy.
Way harder. Way harder.
You have parents trying to find doctors that'll give their high school kids the Tommy John surgery when they don't even need it.
Yep.
Because players are coming back better after it.
Yeah. It's insane, man. It's insane. I'm really seeing people do that, and it's insane. It really is to the point nowadays where Tommy John is actually starting to get recommended.
Yeah, more back in the day, it was a career ender.
Yeah, like back then, if you did your Tommy John, like
most teams would get rid of you because they didn't think you wasn't going to recover from it.
Right. Like it's insane. Like with that Tommy John stuff, it's insane. Like back then, like you said, your career was considered over and dead, and it's over. Now it's to the point where they're like, yeah, we recommend you get Tommy John before you even get to college.
Yeah, back then you might have maybe made it back to be like a reliever, a middle reliever or something, but your starting days were pretty much over. And now you're coming back better. It's crazy, the technology.
Kike Hernandez, man. What a goat. This is insane. I'm just looking at some people's, like, it's time to break up Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Celtics will not win this series.
People are still saying that?
The Celtics are winning. No, I'm just looking at some of the takes that people had before. It's insane.
Oh, I thought you meant they were saying that, still saying that now. I'm thinking.
I saw somebody on Twitter say that earlier. And I was gonna say something, but like,
see, I thought the Detroit Tigers was going to be a lot better this year, and they've been dog shit.
I thought the Detroit Tigers, no bullshit. I thought the Detroit Tigers were going to be in the position that the Twins are in.
See, that's what I thought too. I thought the Tigers were going to be tough this year. I don't know what happened.
Fuck, oh, dude, they're
horrible. And then like the Reds are playing better, but then they'll lose 2 games in a row to the Cubs. It's like you got to beat those teams.
Yeah, bro,
they're just as bad as you are.
Dude, it's insane, man. Like, and they got the second worst record in the AL.
Yeah,
you got the second worst,
and they're probably going. Yeah, they might lose again tonight. Yeah, they're going to lose again tonight because they're playing Cleveland and Bieber's on the mound.
Yeah,
so they're probably going to lose tonight.
And Javier Baez, he struck out 38 times so far. 204 batting average.
He's falling off quick from being like one of the better hitters in the league to
Dude, he
just falling off quick.
He was. It's a shame. Really is a shame, man.
I liked him, but I hated him. I liked him because he was fun to watch, but I hated him because he played for the Cubs and he would always kill the Reds. He's falling off quick.
Dude, it's a shame. It really is. I love him. I really do, but unfortunately, he's a bum.
You're a Red Sox fan, right?
Yep.
What do you think about the Red Sox
right now?
Yeah.
Listen, I've been saying this. If you ride with your team, you got bragging rights for life. I was like, look, our offense is gonna click eventually. My concern was the pitching. That was my number one concern. Like you said, the pitching is it's all getting together. JD Martinez having a respectable year, obviously. Kike Hernandez is starting to play like he was playing the last couple years. I think at one point he had like a 141 average, which is insane.
Yeah. Trevor
Story's picking it up, which I love 110%. I love it. And I'm where we're at right now, honestly, we should not be 21 and 23. We should be worse. We should be honestly, based on everything that happened. Because listen, in terms of like the averages that we've had, JD Martinez 380, Rafael Devers 335, Xander Bogaerts 319. Those are our three big guys, and two of them are on the verge of leaving. So I'm scared of shit. Okay, Alex Verdugo, he's starting to pick it up. He's out of 232. He was a spark plug bat where he would get you the hits when you needed them.
Yeah. One of them clutch hitters.
Yes. Kike Hernandez is starting to scratch and claw his way back up. So now he's at a 200.
Every team needs one of them clutch hitters that.
Yes. Yes. You
don't have to hit home runs. We just need you to hit a base hit when there's a runner in scoring position.
And that's it. That's it. That's all I ask. That's it. One person I need to have a conversation with soon. He's stopping it. So I'm gonna let him live for now. Jackie Bradley Jr. You're dog shit at hitting. And it's okay. It's okay for you not to be good at hitting. That's why you're towards the back of the lineup. You're a phenomenal defensive outfielder. In my opinion, he is the second best defensive outfielder in all of baseball, right behind Mike Trout. And if you want to say third and you want to move Mookie Betts in front of him, whatever. I don't give a shit. Defensively, there's not a lot of guys you can put above Jackie Bradley Jr.
No.
But Jackie Bradley, you're not a batter. You're not. We put you 9th. We put you 8th. We put you 7th for a reason. Because you're dog shit. Stop. Stop.
Is he complaining about it?
No. My thing is, when you see him bat, he's been overly aggressive.
Okay.
To the point that he's getting a little too eager. And my problem with that is like, bro, you're not a batter. It sucks to say, but you're not. Why are you taking these massive cuts like you're fucking JD Martinez, my guy? What? Yeah. If anything, you should be swinging the bat like Jarren Duran. You should just be looking to get contact. Yeah. That's it. Just look to get contact, boop, and that's it. Now he's starting to fall back and stop. He's stopping doing that. So I'm all right.
So the offense been hitting the ball good here the last few games.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have, boy. Mike, baby, I love you. I love you, Mike. But we've been picking our goddamn shit up. Fucking Franchi Cordero. Last year, this dude made me want to literally rip my hair out follicle by follicle. I swear to God, Chris. This dude, and I liked Franchi. When we got him, I was like, yo, I'm good. I like this kid. I wanted to kill myself. Now, in doses, I can handle him. I can handle him in doses. I'm okay. Bobby Dahlback's told you get your goddamn shit together, brother.
There's been a lot of times I've gotten mad and just want to throw my remote right at the TV, but
Just like whipping
Yeah.
mad hard.
then I'd be pissed after I broke my TV. So.
As soon as you throw it, you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
I go steal the TV out of the other bed. I go take the TV out of the other bedroom, bring it in here, and then she get home from work and be pissed.
Yo, I remember
Take her TV.
dude, I remember I told my fiance that I was gonna break her TV. And she actually believed me. And like I just basically put like a screen, like a background on it where it just looked broken. Dude, I've never she fucking slapped me hard. I got slapped real fucking hard, bro.
I have one TV I got to fix. Damn, the backlight went out on it. I got put a new backlight in it. You get a picture, but it's real dim. You can't hardly see it. The LED backlight went out. I've looked it up. I think I can do it myself. So I'm gonna order the part and try to fix it.
You better.
Look, it's only a 2-year-old. It's only a 2-year-old TV. It's like, dude, this shouldn't have already done that.
Jeez, Chris, inform the people where they can find you, my guy.
You can find me on the at Gonzo Sports Room on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. I think that's all of them. Or you can also find me on the ASAP Sports Network. But I'm live every day at 3 p.m. With the sports betting show on both those networks, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern. I'm live on the Gonzo Sports Room channels, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. With my sports talk show, Gonzo Sports Room. And I also do a bunch of pro wrestling stuff. Most of that stuff I release by dates.
Just throwing it out there. Gabe Kapler, the white manager of the San Francisco Giants, says he does not plan on coming out for the national anthem and says that will be his plan going forward, quote, until I feel better about the direction of our country.
Huh.
The reason why I said white, if society does not blackball this man from being a manager, well, I'm gonna have some questions for the people who go support him.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
I'm just gonna be a little interested. I'm just asking some questions. Shout out to Gabe because he probably knows he might get some shit from some people, but he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I'm gonna do. I don't like the direction this country's going, so I'm gonna be in the locker room. Who's beating up Gabe Kapler? Who's beat? Before we get off, let me show people who this man is. I'm dead ass, man. That's like we showed that little fucking weasel. That weasel earlier.
I couldn't believe when I pulled that picture up.
That little fucking weasel.
You can just tell by looking at him that he would be the type of person to say what he said.
Yeah, dude, I said it on Wednesday too. I was like, he's gonna be a bit. Is this Gabe? Get the. This is Gabe Kapler. Oh, wrong one. This one. What a unit! This is him. If this is not the definition, he's the Chad. Look at this guy.
That's the manager?
This is Gabe Kapler, the manager. This guy is this guy.
They don't even look like the same person with a shirt on.
Right?
He don't look near, he don't look like he'd be that big.
No, he doesn't. Oh no, look at those veins. Look at those veins.
Okay, yeah.
See, this picture right here, I now believe that this is the same man. I now believe it.
And also with those veins, man, almost makes you think he might be taking some stuff.
There's no fucking way this guy's not juicing. Look at the veins.
Yeah, look at those veins.
There's no way he's not juicing. Bro, my son can slide down his veins, bro. Look at him.
Yeah. That's the first thing I noticed when you put that picture up. I'm like, hey, that dude's definitely taking something.
I don't care. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That dude's fucking juicing, bro. Follow us on Twitter at Prideful Takes. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to tag us and we'll talk about it. Catch us on Facebook at Prideful Takes and also on YouTube at Prideful Takes. Visit our website, www.pridefultakes.com. Not only is every episode of the podcast up there, but we also have original articles. Check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at the Prideful Takes Podcast. If you have an iPhone, just say, hey Siri, play the Prideful Takes Podcast. She'll take care of the rest. And as always, go to www.fatco.com. Use discount code Prideful Takes. Get 15% off all your organic skin care needs. Chris, it was a pleasure. And by the way, Sunday, I will be on Unscripted. We are going to be doing a watch long of AEW Double or Nothing. I just need you people to know something. Please be there because I'm already unbuttoned. And when John Moxley hits the fucking ring with Wild Things, this shirt is coming off all the way. Ask Chris. All right.
Yeah, you guys would enjoy this. We had an awesome time last time. Even the WrestleMania one was cool as well.
Yeah,
it'll be a good time.
Oh no, it'll be a phenomenal. It's going to be a great time. So we will be there.
It sucks. I'm gonna miss that interview tomorrow with Duran Jr.
Yeah, man.
I forgot this was a Saturday night. I told my girl I wouldn't do nothing because she wanted to go out and do something. So I gotta go out with her. I gotta stay out of the doghouse.
Yeah, same with mine. She wants to go out, so I gotta be like, yeah, let's go. But yeah, we'll be there Sunday.
Too bad. We're going to the drive-in, watch the new Top Gun movie.
Ooh, Maverick.
It should be pretty good. Yeah.
Neat. Did you know Tom Cruise has a license to actually fly a plane?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I wish I was fucking rich, man. I wish I was. If I was able to do. Wait, hold on. I just saw Gabe Kapler's wife. That lady, she is
just getting me a plane or a helicopter. I can just fly around everywhere I wanted to go.
100%. So I just saw Gabe Kapler's wife, and she's a very, very lucky woman. She's so lucky to be with a guy like. You know what? Gabe Kapler is now he's my undercover Tom Brady. He's my undercover Tom Brady. That's all. But ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. On behalf of Chris, it is your boy Pride. We'll be back here Monday to talk more sports. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Knew where that was going. That was a great read.
Oh, Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the
2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone.
To Shohei Ohtani. Center field. Let's watch it go.
Did several of those inside low kicks.